Imagine doubling your purchasing power with just a few clicks. Discover how you can effortlessly increase your NAB credit card limit online and unlock financial flexibility today. Welcome to this explainer. I'm so pumped to guide you through this because honestly, mastering your credit card limit, it's an absolute game changer when it comes to taking control of your financial tools. Today, we're zooming in specifically on how this all works with National Australia Bank, or NAB. We're going to extract all the vital details from their guidelines and the latest financial regulations so you can make super informed decisions. All right, let's dive right in.
So, first things first, why even bother changing your credit limit? It's a really great question. You might think it's just for when you want to go on some massive shopping spree, but actually, it's a highly strategic move. People often tweak their limits when they're gearing up for big expenses, like home improvements or a big trip, or sometimes just to give themselves a slightly wider safety net for emergencies. But as we'll see, changing your limit isn't just about unlocking more money to spend. It's really about strategically managing your credit resources and optimizing your overall financial profile.
Okay, here's our quick roadmap for today. 1. Understanding credit limits. 2. The application process. 3. Proving your eligibility. 4. Risks of higher limits. And 5. Decreasing your credit limit. Let's get to it.
Starting off with Section 1, Understanding Credit Limits and the Actual Mechanics of Borrowing.
At its core, a credit limit is simply the absolute maximum amount of revolving debt a lender says you can borrow on a single line of credit. When you first get a NAB card, this ceiling is based on a risk assessment using the info you originally provided. But, what if your circumstances change? Or, here's a thought, is there a reason you'd want a higher limit even if you have zero intention of spending a single dollar more? Yes? Absolutely. And it all comes down to your credit utilization ratio. This is a massive metric for credit bureaus. It's basically just the amount of credit you're currently using divided by the total amount of credit available to you.
Let's actually look at the math to see why this ratio is such a big deal. Say you've got a balance of $500 on a card with a $1,000 limit. Your utilization rate is 50%, which is pretty high. But if you get approved for a limit increase to $2,000 and you still only carry that exact same $500 balance, boom, your utilization rate instantly drops to 25%. Financial experts generally say you should try to keep this ratio below 30%. Why? Because a lower utilization signals to lenders that you aren't desperate for credit, which can literally strengthen and improve your credit scores over time.
So, who actually gets the green light for these increases? If you want to maximize your chances, you really need to get inside the bank's head. The best candidates have a rock-solid history of making full, on-time payments. It shows you're responsible, plain and simple. On top of that, any recent bumps in your income can lower your debt-to-income ratio, or DTI. Having a lower DTI basically proves to the bank that a smaller chunk of your monthly paycheck is being eaten up by existing debt, which gives them the confidence to extend you more credit.
Moving right along to Section 2, the application process on NAB's digital platforms.
The great news is asking for a credit limit change at NAB is a totally self-service digital process. You don't have to wait on hold for an hour listening to elevator music. If you're using the NAB mobile app, it is ridiculously easy. You just log in, hit the Cards menu, select the card you want to tweak, and tap Change Your Credit Limit. From there, the interface is super intuitive. You just follow the prompts to request your new limit. It literally takes just a few taps.
But wait, there is a really fascinating operational quirk you need to know about with NAB systems. Check this out. While the NAB mobile app supports both limit increases and decreases, the NAB internet banking platform, so your desktop web browser, only supports limit decreases. I know, a little weird, right? If you try logging in on your laptop to increase your purchasing power, you won't even find the option. You absolutely have to use the mobile app if you want an increase.
All right, Section 3, Proving your eligibility and looking at responsible lending requirements. So hitting apply in the app, that's really just the start line. Here in Australia, banks have to satisfy some pretty strict responsible lending provisions under the NCCP Act. This means NAB is legally obligated to make sure giving you more credit isn't going to accidentally push you into financial hardship. Because of these rules, asking for a limit increase triggers an evaluation that is basically the exact same as applying for a brand new credit card. NAB is going to want fresh data. They'll ask for your current employment status, your pre-tax and post-tax income, a full list of your assets and liabilities, and your ongoing living expenses. They take all this into account to totally reevaluate your current risk profile.
And that brings us to the actual paperwork you'll need to provide, assuming your paycheck isn't already directly deposited into an NAB account, of course. The bank has really strict timeframes here to make sure your data is super fresh. If you're a standard pay-AG employee, your payslip can't be more than 45 days old. Self-employed, you're going to need an ATO notice of assessment from the last 18 months. And if you receive a government allowance, you need bank statements from within the last 90 days. It's a pretty rigorous check, and they usually take about a week to assess everything.
Which naturally leads us to Section 4, the risks of higher limits, and some regulatory realities.
Now, as much as a higher limit offers amazing flexibility and can boost your credit score, we've got to be real about the risks. Regulatory bodies watch credit limits like hawks because it is so easy for consumers to accidentally fall into debt traps. Just to put this into perspective, ASIC, the Australian Securities and Investments Commission, found in a recent report that 1 in 6 consumers actually struggle with credit card debt, and over 930,000 people are stuck in persistent debt. It's tough. The harsh reality is, a higher limit brings a huge temptation to overspend. And just doing the math, higher balances mean your minimum monthly repayments are going to go up. It really requires strict financial discipline.
To try and curb some of these issues, a major reform kicked off in January 2019 called the 3-year repayment rule. And honestly, this is a massive factor in whether your increase gets approved. Under this rule, lenders like NAB are legally prohibited from giving you a credit limit that you couldn't realistically pay off entirely within a 3-year window, based on the income and expenses you just declared. So this acts as a hard regulatory ceiling on your borrowing power.
And finally, Section 5, decreasing your credit limit and regaining control.
You know, sometimes optimizing your finances actually means shrinking your access to credit. If you ever look at your limit and think, you know what, this is just more than I need, or you want to remove the temptation altogether, you have every right to reduce it at any time. And here is a really cool feature. While asking for more money takes a week of checks and paperwork, dropping your limit happens instantly online through either the app or the web browser. There is one big catch, though. You obviously can't drop your limit below what you currently owe. So if you have a $4,000 balance, you can't lower your limit to $2,000 until you pay off that difference first. Oh, and if the digital route isn't your thing, you can always just call NAB or pop into a branch to get it sorted.
Also, keep in mind there's a floor to how low you can go, and it depends on your specific card tier. Top-tier products like signature cards, they have a minimum credit limit of $6,000. Platinum and premium cards drop down to a $3,000 minimum, and your standard or low-fee cards bottom out at $1,000. You are basically hard capped from dropping your limit below those specific minimums tied to your card type.
Just before we wrap things up today, I do want to make it super clear that all the info we've covered in this explainer is strictly for educational purposes. It's not intended as legal, investment, or financial advice, and it definitely shouldn't replace professional guidance. Always make sure to evaluate your own unique financial habits, and if you need to, have a chat with a qualified financial advisor for your specific situation.
All right. We've unpacked the quirky differences in NAB's detail apps, the strict rules around proving your income, and the guardrails that are there to keep your borrowing safe. Now that you've got a grip on the actual mechanics behind how these limits work, how will you optimize your financial toolkit today? Are you going to seek an increase to drop that utilization ratio, or maybe a decrease to really lock in your financial discipline? The power is literally in the palm of your hand. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and hey, happy optimizing!